Knight's Bachelor, to receive the honour of knighthood, Sir David Beckham, for services to sport and to charity.
Okay, so let's just get right into it. The internet pretty much lost its mind when David Beckham finally became Sir David Beckham. But you know, behind all the pomp and circumstance at Windsor Castle, there's this incredible story that's been more than a decade in the making. And trust me, it's packed with frustration, some seriously powerful friends, and yep, even a little bit of family drama. And it really all kicked off with this, Victoria Beckham's post. I mean, you can just feel the pride and the emotion pouring out of it, right? After 28 years together, to see him finally get that honor from the king, well, it was obviously a massive, massive moment. Super sweet, super proud, but it also kind of marks the end of a very, very long and difficult wait. And there it is, the official moment. Sir David Beckham, right there at Windsor Castle, bowing before King Charles. He's being recognized for, his insane career in football and all the incredible work he's done for charity. This is the honor that for years just seemed to slip through his fingers. Which of course brings us to the million-dollar question. I mean, we all think of David Beckham as this global icon, right? A total national hero. So why on earth did it take so long for him to become Sir David? Well, the story behind that, it's a whole lot messier than you might think.
Okay, so let's rewind the clock a bit. This whole dream of becoming Sir David wasn't just something that happened overnight. It was a journey that got stopped in its tracks more than once, actually. And it led to some pretty serious frustration on his part.
So check this out. The roadblocks were huge. Way back in 2014, his chances basically came to a screeching halt because there were these questions swirling around his finances. And then, just when you think things might have calmed down, 2017 happened. In 2017, these emails get leaked, and in them, he supposedly just lets loose about being passed over for the knighthood. And publicly, man, that looked like it was the end of the road. Game over. His chances were literally described as being in tatters. For pretty much anyone else, there is absolutely no coming back from that. I mean, that's just wild, isn't it? This is exactly the kind of juicy, behind-the-scenes story we love to get into here. If you're digging it too, do me a quick favor and smash that subscribe button. And for everyone who's already subscribed, thank you so, so much. You guys are the absolute best. So how in the world do you go from being basically blacklisted by the Honors Committee to getting knighted by the king himself? Well, Beckham's comeback plan was kind of brilliant, and it really boiled down to two things: just relentless hard work and a very, very unexpected friendship.
And here's the thing, he didn't just sit around feeling sorry for himself. He actually doubled down on all his charity work. I mean, he's been a Unicef Goodwill Ambassador for over 20 years. He even started his own 7 fund to help kids who are vulnerable. This wasn't just some PR move to look good. This was real long-term work that got massive organizations like Unicef to go to bat for him and officially nominate him. But all that amazing charity work, it wasn't the only thing that helped turn the tide for him. He also started building this really close bond with a very, very powerful figure. An ally you probably would never guess in a million years.
Yep, you're seeing that right. The king. the man himself. He actually struck up this genuine, really heartwarming friendship with the guy who would one day tap him on the shoulders with that sword. How incredible is that?
He'll be delighted, and this comes as he's forged closer links with the royal family. We've talked about that here quite a bit before. He's an ambassador for the King's charity, the King's Foundation. And we saw how close they've become at the Chelsea Flower Show, actually, where it was very chummy. The King sort of said to him, oh, you know, did you get my gift? But perhaps the gift was the knighthood.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice one.
No, but I should say, because lots of people have been saying, oh, you know, why is the king giving him a knighthood or something? To explain to our viewers, particularly those overseas, it's not the royal family who decide on honours. It's a committee sort of made up of the great and good, and they advise the government, and it is the government which decides. And in this case, it will be because of charitable work that David Beckham has done, and he has done a lot, and then other factors. But I'm sure that the royal family can put in a good word too. That will have helped.
And get this is how it all happened. It wasn't some stuffy political thing. It was about bees. Seriously. They bonded over their shared love for the countryside and beekeeping. David even gave the king a jar of his own homemade honey, which he hilariously named Dee's Bees Sticky Stuff. I love that. Their friendship got so solid that the king personally asked him to be an ambassador for his foundation. All right, so let's zoom in on the big day itself, because this wasn't just some public ceremony, you know? It was a really personal family affair, and it came with a super touching tribute, a huge celebration, and yeah, a little bit of drama. So here's a funny little inside scoop. Apparently, David, who is literally a global style icon, is always teasing his wife, Victoria, a world-famous fashion designer, that she never actually makes any clothes for him. It's like this little running joke they have. So, for what was arguably the biggest day of his life, she finally did it. She designed his first ever completely custom Victoria Beckham morning suit, and he was even inspired by old photos of a young King Charles. How thoughtful is that? What a perfect personal touch for such a huge moment. So after the ceremony, the whole family, David, Victoria, his parents, and the kids, Romeo, Cruz, and Harper, they all headed to this fancy 5-star hotel for a massive celebration. And the pictures from that day, they just scream pride. A totally happy, united family.
Or were they? Because if you look really closely at all those happy family pictures, you start to notice that someone very, very important seems to be missing from the party.
And here's the real gist. His oldest son, Brooklyn, was nowhere in sight. Sources are saying there's a pretty high-profile rift going on, and get this. He apparently didn't even congratulate his dad. Not on social media, not in private, nothing. On the biggest day of his father's life. Wow, that's gotta sting. But okay, let's pull back from all the family tea for a second and just look at the bigger picture here. This knighthood, it isn't just another trophy for the cabinet. It's really the final chapter in what has been an absolutely epic journey. And this right here just says it all, doesn't it? We're talking about a boy from a humble garden in Leytonstone who dreamed of playing football, who became a man being knighted at Windsor Castle. The guy who won titles in 4 different countries as a national hero, who then became a global ambassador for good off the pitch. The transformation is just, it's absolutely staggering. So I guess it leaves us with this one last thought. He went from a football superstar to a global brand, and now he's a knight of the realm and an actual friend of the king. It really makes you wonder, is this the end of his story? Or is Sir David's second act only just getting started? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, don't forget to like this and share it with your friends. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Sir David at home, are you insisting on any different sort of ways of being referred to?
I'm not insisting. If they would like to call me Sir Dad or, or Sir Son, they can. But no, it's going to take some getting used to, people saying it, but no, it's just a huge honour. It's a huge honour to be here at Windsor Castle. It's a huge honour to receive this from His Majesty the King, and it's all round a very special day for us.